Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. The show where, just like you, we can't get enough sports.
The 47-year wait is over! And the Nuggets win it! Wilson throwing up for grabs and it's caught for the touchdown! And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50. And the Avalanche are 2022 Stanley Cup champions! And a shot into the back of the net for Diego Rubio!
Now here's your hosts, Arthur Knight and Larry Perkins.
1-0 Rapids. They are champions.
I like the hard cut. Who
hard
needs
fade.
fades?
Don't mind the day. It's all hard. Go Broncos. Welcome to the Sportz Phenz.
All right. Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. I am Arthur Knight, and with me, as always, is Larry Perkins.
Hello.
We are coming to you live from 2300 West Alameda from Sohi Cafe.
What?
Featuring Viper Pit Barbecue.
4300 West Alameda.
Isn't that what I said?
I think you said 23.
No, I said 4300, my guy.
Okay, thanks.
4300 West Alameda. Come on by, tell Vinny he was wrong, and then also tell him that you, the Sportz Phenz, sent you to get some barbecue.
Damn.
We'll be here late today. We're doing a bar trip town. Come on down and visit.
Yeah. Come on, get some. Let's get some burn-ins.
Everything but ribs. today.
Everything but ribs. Mac and cheese. He's got an event going on. What's the name of the event there, Vinny?
Bar trip town. Bring it on down.
There we go. All right, again, 4300 West Alameda off of West Alameda and Stewart. Turn left at Stewart and then turn right into Sohi Cafe. All right, and then also don't forget to like and follow us on
Facebook.
on Facebook at Sportz Phenz, and then like and follow, subscribe on YouTube.
Right.
I forget all my social medias. We will have an IG coming soon, so stay tuned for that. We don't do Larry and I don't do pictures all that much, so it's kind of that's kind of not in our wheelhouse. You know what I mean? Like,
I was just I had Vinny take a couple of pictures of me.
And he broke the camera.
No, it was already broke, but now it's just like
well, now they can't even fix it.
they can't fix it now. It's done.
All right, so we've got a few games that have ended today. We've closed out today. Broncos get a win, but we'll get to that.
Congratulations.
The squad.
Congratulations.
The squad. All right, we'll take it, but we'll get into that here in a minute. Let's start with Pittsburgh versus the Los Angeles Chargers, my guy. That one seems a little bit weird that the Chargers would lose to Pittsburgh. Either Pittsburgh is way better than we thought they are overall, because I'm not the only person that said Pittsburgh was going to be under 7 wins this year. I'm really not. I'm probably the most novice person to say it, but there's not.
I mean, it's no history, saying that. He was gonna lose.
My guy is. I've said it once. I've said it twice. I would take Tomlin as the Broncos head coach any day and twice on Sunday.
Do you think this year is the breaking year? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel that he can keep the team afloat again like he always do.
Well, if he gets the quarterback play that he's getting from Fields, like Fields isn't doing anything spectacular. They're not putting up great numbers or anything like that, but
he's steady.
He's not turning the ball over. He's allowing his offense to come to him. He's taking what the defense gives him. They're leaning more on the run game. And I think that if they had Russell Wilson in, they'd be 0-3 right now, because he wouldn't want to lean on the run game. He'd be doing what he did in Denver, and he'd be going up to the line and changing it to a pass play, and then holding on to the ball for too long. Justin Fields seems to be fitting right in. It's like it's like Tomlin was his shoehorn to the NFL.
Well, the thing
because he
is
slid right into that position and
see that's one of the reasons you like him, and I like Mike Tomlin too, because he's a tactician, you know what I'm saying, and he's not gonna go with his feelings, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
He's just gonna look, he's not gonna do anything to appease someone that's quarterback, you know what I'm saying. He's just what's best for the team.
What's best for the team? How are we
Right.
gonna? What's the best way for us to win? And the best way for them to win right now is run the football. Justin Fields actually did have a turnover today, but still, he's not having like when he was with the Bears, where he's having 3, interceptions to his 1 touchdown. He was 1-1 today, still got a QBR of 96, which isn't stellar. That's not stellar, but it's serviceable. He was 25 of 32 for 245 yards and only 1 turnover and a tutty. Otherwise, 2 tutties because he ran for 1. Okay. So you got that dual threat from him, and he's not so much of a dual threat that you have to worry about him running all the time as a defense, but he actually can run. I mean, he had 6 rushes for 6 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest was a 5-yard run, and I'm pretty sure that was his touchdown run, right?
Right. I have a friend of mine that's a Bear fan. He still, even though he's like, wow, we shouldn't have gave up Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they've got better to a certain extent. But Caleb is going to step into his. Don't get it twisted, Bear fan. Give that boy time. He's going to be better than Justin Fields. Justin Fields is good. He's serviceable.
His argument, what if they would have put pieces around him like they're doing right now, you know?
Well, he outplayed Justin Herbert, but Justin Herbert's also got an injury.
Right.
So I'm not trying to take anything away from the Pittsburgh, Penguins. I'm just kidding. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Dang. I hate Pittsburgh. Not as much as I hate the Raiders, but I hate Pittsburgh.
You just a hater.
I hate every team that's not mine.
Exactly. I mean, your team.
That's pretty much every single fan.
Not me. I love competition, my friend.
Please.
I love competition.
Please.
He's like, man, we 82-0. We've been in the league for 82 years.
Please, this
every year
from
we
the
win.
Same guy that says he likes dynasties, and he wants to see teams dominate, but yet not your team.
I want competition. I mean,
that's how do you?
We gonna win.
That doesn't go. That doesn't.
It will.
You either want dominance or you want parity. You can't have both.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. No. Dominance basically nullifies parity.
I mean, but listen who you talking to here. I don't even know why you arguing with me. But
I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you. This is not an argument. Even Vinny said that's not that's just matter of fact, sir.
I love dominance, but anyway.
You talking out both sides of your mouth, boy.
Parity is good.
All right. Anyway, so Justin Fields really did outplay Justin Herbert, who is having some issues. I mean, it looks like Taylor Heineke had to come in, went 2 for 2 and basically crapped the bed. But the Chargers are not as good as everybody thought they were.
I had them second in the division, but I don't know.
Yeah,
they're proving me wrong.
Well, I mean, they only lost to the Steelers. Broncos lost to the Steelers. We'll see if the Steelers run the gambit or run the table on the AFC West because they still have to play the Raiders and the Chiefs. But I doubt they'll beat the Chiefs the way they've been playing. Pittsburgh's defense is really, really good, but then you're just gonna dig all up in there right on live television, huh? Okay, that's okay. No shame. Anyway, Pittsburgh does have a really, really good defense, but to me, the Chiefs have a better offense. So that is a game that I would like to see if Pittsburgh can run the gambit, because I know they're going to most likely beat the Raiders.
Damn.
Well, I'm just saying.
Wow.
I'm just saying. They beat the Chargers, who have pretty good quarterback play. They beat the Broncos, who are with quarterback play. I mean, I do like Bo Nix. Bo Nix is what he did today was phenomenal. Man, but I don't want to spend too much time on this game.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that Pittsburgh's defense is carrying the weight right now. They but they did get some touchdowns this week as opposed to field goals. So we'll see. We'll see if Pittsburgh is the real deal.
Well, we know who's not the real deal.
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans are not the real deal. Green Bay Packers pretty much put them over their knee and spanked them like a redheaded stepchild today. I mean, they allowed Green Bay to score 17 points in the first quarter. The game was over then. I didn't expect anything from them this year, but who's that? Tennessee?
Of course. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and their quarterback is a rookie too, Will Levis, or he's like a second year or something to that effect.
Yeah, second year.
I mean, he didn't play bad, man. QBR rating of 92.8, but he threw two interceptions, man, and that's
yeah.
And then Malik Willis, who's also a backup quarterback, came in and played pretty well. 13 of 19 for 202 yards and a tutty. QBR rating of 120.9. That's not bad, man. That's not bad to just step in for Love and be like, all right, I'm just going to run this team and drop a 31 burger on a professional team. Come on, Tennessee Titans, show us something, man. Show us some life. You do have DeAndre Hopkins on your team, man. I mean, he did have 6 receptions for 73 yards, and it looks like a touchdown as well. But man, come on, man. They're gonna have some problems. They don't have Henry anymore. They don't have a running game. Their running game is abysmal. Tony Pollard 6 carries for 14 yards. Will Levis, the quarterback, three runs for 12 yards. So that means he must have been under duress almost all day. And then Tajay Spears is two rushing attempts for 7 yards. The quarterback, when your quarterback has your longest rush for the day, that's not a recipe for success. I don't care who you are. That is not a recipe for success. You are going to lose. And you are going to lose 30-14 when your quarterback is your best running back of the day.
I remember we was giving New York, talking about them pretty bad last couple of weeks. So
New York.
Yeah, the Giants. I'm sorry.
You just skipping around. You ain't even gonna talk about the other game, huh? You just gonna skip around?
I feel bad because I've been giving them grief because they're bad. During the off season, they're bad free agency. I'm saying it's like they're gonna be the sucky of the suckiest.
Right, but we were talking about Green Bay and the Titans.
Oh. Well,
it's okay, Larry. You do you. Just jump around. We're gonna call you crisscross. You just jump around, okay?
Hey,
or not crisscross.
That was crisscross. That was crisscross.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Don't go to the swerve.
Don't go to the swerve.
Okay.
Is my face crooked?
Okay.
That's an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Screw face.
Screw face? No, you don't know no screw face.
Screw face.
If you get that reference, you're old. Okay. Anyway.
Dang.
All right. So that's Marked for Death. That's probably like 1988 or something like that, or 91, 92. Yeah, that's how old we are. All right. Dang. So now I guess we're talking about New York and Cleveland. New York pulls it out, beating the Cleveland Browns 21-15. That seems like that was a close game, but it really wasn't. Cleveland didn't play that well. Yeah. That 15 points they kind of scored at the end when New York was in pretty much prevent, just run the clock out. They didn't have like a monster game or anything crazy, but they won. Hey, they won. So, and they beat the Cleveland Browns, who have been playing really, really well. What's their record? 1-1. So they actually won a game. The Giants are now 1-2, right?
Yeah.
So now
I was giving.
Let's see.
Grief.
Daniel Jones. Used to call him Dime, right? Because he used to be Daniel Dimes. Not so much anymore. Now he's two nickels rubbed together a little bit. But he did go 24 for 34, 236, 2 tutties, and no interceptions for 109 QBR. That's not bad. That's not bad. Like, that's actually very good for what he's been putting up. But they also leaned on their run game a little bit. Singletary had 16 rushes for 65. That's not great. That's not great. You would want, your running back to have a little bit more. Plus, 43 of that 65 was on one run, right?
Do you think it was a pretty great defensive, showing by both teams, or was it just bad offense?
I mean, it's bad offense. Neither one of them have a great defense. The Giants have had, they've averaged 27 points getting dropped on them, something like that, something crazy. So I would say they just both offenses, and Cleveland actually has a pretty good offense. They just didn't play very well today, clearly. Deshaun Watson didn't have a great day. More rookies today had a better QBR rating than he did. He was 21 for 37 for 196, 2 tutties, no interceptions, but he only had a QBR of 89.5. That's not good. Obviously his completion percentage was pretty low. He threw it a bunch of times but didn't complete it. Now that could be attested to his wide receivers probably not catching a whole lot. He finally did start targeting Amari Cooper, because Amari Cooper has been pretty much non-existent the past 2 games. They've been kind of featuring Jerry Jeudy, who I put in my starting lineup today because of that. And then he pretty much crapped the bed with 4 receptions for 27 yards. He dropped 3. Amari Cooper was targeted 12 times and he caught 7 for 86 yards. So not bad. He did get both of the touchdowns that Deshaun Watson threw. But, that's pretty much, that's the best that they were going to get, the Browns. And then on the other side, receiving wasn't much better. Their neighbors, I believe he's a rookie. Isn't he a rookie? I believe he's a rookie or second year.
He's a second-year guy.
Yeah, he's either a rookie or second year. But anyways, he had the best game, but he was basically mirroring Amari Cooper from the Cleveland Browns. So he got 8 receptions for 78 yards, the 2 tutties that Daniel Jones threw. But he was also targeted 12 times and dropped 3. But everybody else that he threw to was pretty much on target. Robinson, Singletary, Daniel Bellinger, Tracy Jr., all of them, when they were targeted, they were catching the ball. So when you get that from your wide receivers and then you get a good 65 yards, it looks like between 2 running backs, they almost got 100 yards. Plus Daniel Jones was probably running for his life for a little bit, because he's got about 20 yards of rushing himself. So not a bad game by New York, but not good offense either. They did put up 21 points, but they finally get themselves a win over the Cleveland poop-stained Browns. All right.
So you want to talk about your Packers? Your NFC.
Packers? What are you talking about? We already talked about the Packers in Tennessee. You're the one skipping around, bro.
Okay.
Pay attention. Pay attention. Follow my lead, my guy. All right.
That's what I've been doing.
All right. Next up, we've got New York versus New England. New York put up 24 points. New England looked like they were inept on offense. Let me look into this game, though. Did I pin that one? I did not. So let's get that opened. Neither one of these teams are really, really good. The Jets are 2-1, so I guess they're better than my team. I can't even really say anything on that. But I still don't feel like the Jets are a good team. Let's see. Let's look into the numbers. Aaron Rodgers had a great game, 27 for 35, 281 yards, 2 tutties, no INTs, QBR of 118.9. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for somebody who should be average, but he's supposed to be one of the greatest of all time, so he should be doing better than that. I do get it. He's coming off of an injury, but he got all the help he could get from his running game. Allen and Hall combined for 109 yards from 20-something carries. So that they leaned heavily on their running game.
I called that game because of the quarterback. Just because New England has a rookie, know what I'm saying? But, Aaron Rodgers would.
Well, the rookie got benched. It looks like, because Jacoby Brissett stepped in.
Yeah.
Went 12 of 18, 98 yards. So
Yeah,
obviously Drake May was having a bad day. He was 4 for 8, 22 yards. I don't know when they pulled him because I didn't watch the game. I was too busy watching the Broncos game. But
yeah, he started, but he didn't finish. So
yeah, they're probably going to have to go with Jacoby going forward. I mean, every great quarterback has been benched. John Elway got benched in within his first 3 games.
I remember Montana got benched in Frisco.
The only one that I can't think of that was benched was maybe Troy Aikman, but he might have gotten benched too. I was a bit young. I was a bit young when he first came into the league. But
Marino got benched.
Yeah, all the greats have been benched.
Yeah,
so the only one that I'm worried about right now plays for my team because he hasn't been benched yet. And after his game play today, and we'll get into that, I'm not sure he needs to be benched.
He can't get benched now.
No, he played really good today, and we'll get into that. But for this game, it looks like the wide receivers and the running backs for New England couldn't give their quarterbacks any help whatsoever, and it looks like the Jets just basically controlled the clock.
Yeah,
like they just controlled the clock, played time management, allowed their defense to do what their defense does. Yeah. And they escape with a win against a New England team that's really, really struggling. Yeah, new coach, rookie quarterback. I think that's the only thing that the Broncos have going for them is they don't. If this was a rookie quarterback with a rookie coach, this would be in complete disarray at this point.
But
they've managed to do what they do. Let's see, what other games were there this morning? The Chicago Bears versus the Colts. That looks like it was a fairly good game at the end, but it judging by what I saw on Red Zone and whatnot, Indianapolis was pretty much in control of that game completely. It doesn't look like the Bears really were going to get back into this game. Caleb Williams had a horrible day. He had a lot of yards in this game, but he didn't have a good game per se. I mean, he was 33 for 52. And god dang, these coaches, man. Why would you have your rookie quarterback throwing that many times? It took, Sean Payton 3 games to realize that he has a rookie quarterback and he doesn't have Drew Brees in a Broncos uniform to finally start playing, game planning for for what he has and not for what he wants, right?
I don't know. I can't explain it. I mean,
52 attempts this kid threw. 52 passes and completed 33 of them for 363 yards, 2 tutties, 2 interceptions. I expect a rookie to throw. I'm surprised he didn't throw 4 interceptions, throwing 52 times. So that's an attestament to Caleb Williams, that he was able to throw 363 yards on 52 attempts and only 2 interceptions were made. That's pretty damn good. I'll give the kid credit for that. But Anthony Richardson, who was also a rookie quarterback, I wouldn't say he outplayed Caleb. I think that their run game, obviously Jonathan Taylor went off for 110 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then Trey Sermon also got a touchdown. But Anthony Richardson went 10 for 20, 168 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and they still won.
Wow.
How does that happen? QBR of 39. QBR of 39. How does that happen and you still win the game? When Caleb actually outplayed him, even though he threw 52 attempted and only completed 33, he still had a QBR of 80.8. You know what I mean? His run game was abysmal. Johnson only had 30. DeAndre Swift, who was supposed to be their guy, he was really good in Detroit. He comes over here, 13 attempts, 20 yards. His longest was 4 yards in a rush. That's it.
Yeah.
You need more help. The rookie quarterback needs more help. I don't care if he's the number 1 overall. You don't have him throw 52 times. You need to run the damn ball. You only had, you guys weren't even, what was the score? What's the final score? I'm not looking at it. 16-21.
Yeah.
Run the ball, man. If you run the ball and make it even, you don't have this problem.
I mean, they do have running. So I mean, I just don't know why they didn't. I mean, the coach.
It makes no sense.
It's at the end, it's coach's decision. But like you were saying, when you have a rookie, you want to alleviate you want to
relieve the pressure
Right.
off of your rookie quarterback. Allow him to breathe.
especially when you have a running game. You
Right.
know, I mean,
You have two. I wouldn't say you have two of the premier running backs,
but it's
but you have
sufficient.
average or above average.
I
Like
mean-
DeAndre Swift is serviceable. I'd take him on our team.
I mean, I'm just trying. I'm listening to you, but I'm trying to think. I'm trying to understand why would you, if you have a rookie with the Broncos too. I mean, I guess
Well,
it's
they
coach's decision, but I mean, it's
pretty
not.
sure the Broncos didn't do that today. I mean, let's get it since you mentioned it. Let's get into those numbers.
Well,
No. We still have Houston and Minnesota. Let's talk about that first. I want to do the Broncos last.
that was
All right.
was
We've got Houston.
that was a
and-
game, I guess.
Yeah, Houston got mollywopped. That was the first and only 2-0 teams that played today. And Houston pretty much, what did I say a couple weeks back? When everybody has film on you, it's going to be a wrap. Can you rise above that
We'll
at this
see.
point?
We'll
Because it's not even just that they have film from last year. They're doing things differently this year in Houston. And I think that spoke volumes when it came to the first two games. But now there's that film.
Right.
Right? So now teams have that film to look at and see what you're doing this year, especially now that you
Right.
have the new weapons they've retooled.
But so far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Now
They're
that
2-1. They're 2-1. Don't panic, Houston fans. Don't panic. I honestly still think that Houston is still going to be pretty good. They're definitely going to win their division.
right, they're going to switch it up. They're going to.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to. They have to rise above what everybody has already seen, especially this year. It's obviously that Minnesota but now there's a blueprint. Not only is there film now, there's a blueprint to shut down your offense. And Minnesota has laid it out for the rest of the league on how to at least stifle Stroud.
Well, I'm just curious. The next game, Texans play.
They even had Stephon Diggs throwing passes today, my dude. They had a bad day today.
He never did that in Buffalo.
They had a bad day today, and I'm wondering if they pulled Stroud or if this was just
No.
Well, I mean, Davis Mills went 7 for 12 for 79 yards. Maybe they pulled him at the end of the game when it was, it was out of reach in the third quarter. So, but they had to pull him. I'm assuming. But again, no running game. No running game whatsoever. Your quarterback is basically averaging the same amount of yards as your running back in Cam Akers. Stroud had the longest run of 7, and Akers had the longest run of 9. Their running game was nothing. They combined for less than 30 or 40 yards, less than 40 yards on the day. The complete day. 40 yards of rushing.
I think that was their Achilles heels. They'll probably get that tightened up.
Plus their kicker missed. Fairbairn missed a field goal, which is very rare for him. They just got no help whatsoever. It looks like Minnesota just had their way.
They just had a bad game. Everything that probably went wrong for the Texans did.
Oh yeah,
game.
Murphy's Law was perfectly in effect right there, because what went wrong, what could go wrong, went wrong for them today.
And so, that's just a motivating defeat. Hopefully next week they'll just switch it up a bit and just,
All right, one more game before we get to the Bronco-Tampa Bay game. We had Philadelphia versus the New Orleans Saints. Looks like Philadelphia just skinned by. New Orleans didn't have their best game.
I was picking New Orleans too.
And I believe that was in New Orleans. Yeah, in New Orleans. Derek Carr did not have a great game. 14 of 25 for 142 yards. He did get a little help from Kamara. 26 rushing attempts for 87 yards. So he did get a little bit of help, but he still finished with 14 of 25 for 142 yards, 1 tutty, 1 interception, and a QBR of 69.1. Looks like he was kind of outplayed to a certain extent by Jalen Hurts, even though Jalen Hurts didn't have any tutties. He only missed 9 passes and had 311 yards. That'll do it every time. But it looks like Saquon Barkley was the key to Philly winning this game. 17 rushes for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, dude. That's enough. That's enough right there. His 2 touchdowns. His 2 touchdowns, and it looks like a 2-point conversion are the only thing that kept Philly in this game. Like, period, point, end of discussion. Whoever had Goddard, is that how you say his name?
Gobert.
Dallas Goddard?
Goddard.
Yeah.
Dirt.
Dude, 10 receptions, 170 yards. Isn't that their tight end? Like, if you had Goddard, and I'm hoping I'm not massacring his name, but if you had that guy in your fantasy team, congratulations. Because that's a monster game on 10 receptions. Yeah. He only dropped 1 pass. And that we don't even know if he dropped that because he was targeted 11 times, and he caught 10 out of the 11. So even Devontae Smith had a good game. He was targeted 10 times, had 7 catches for 79 yards. No touchdowns, though, by the receivers at all. Saquon Barkley is the only one that had any points, along with an extra point from Jake Elliott, and that's it, man. Like, they didn't have really that great of a game. Neither of these teams played really, really good, right?
Yeah.
15-12 is a crazy score for an NFL game, but, I mean, that just is what it is. New Orleans finally couldn't score a touchdown today. It looks like they scored all field goals, bro. Like 4 to be exact.
All these games today was either blowouts or, it was very close. They all was fairly close, but, it was just something, me personally, it just was something missing from all these games.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bronco game was, they controlled it. They controlled it through, they controlled Tampa throughout the whole.
Oh, man, the Broncos scored on their first drive, and they never looked back. It really looked like they were in complete control of the game. Just complete control. And since you're still jumping around here, you didn't have any comments on the last game? Okay.
No, I was just
skipping to the next game. Okay.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, I was watching the Bronco game. That's why, But
you just don't know anything about them other 2 teams. Just be honest. No, I'm kidding. I'm just messing.
You're right. But
it looks like the Broncos do have a possibly. Let's see if Tyler Batty actually does take over as the number 1 running back. It's not like they did put him in towards the end of the game when, the defense was wore down. But I mean, to have 9 rushes, he had the same as Bo Nix, but to have 9 rushes for 70 yards is like, whoa. Jaleel McLaughlin, though, the touchdown that he ran in, that was crazy. He literally broke that linebacker's ankles and just ran straight in. At first I was just like, no, oh, yes.
I'm like, it was just a balanced attack, and the rookie,
no interceptions.
He didn't seems like he had
no interceptions. He had a couple of close calls. Don't get me wrong. He had a couple of close calls, but Bo Nix actually played his butt off today. He didn't have a great QBR rating, but he was 25 for 36, 216 yards. He seemed pretty damn accurate throwing the ball today.
Are you happy they traded for him now? They traded up. I'm saying traded up.
Well, no, I still don't. I feel like he still was a second round pick.
Okay.
It still remains to be seen that he should have been picked where he was picked.
Well, he's getting a lot of hype.
Well, the thing is
which
that
is deservedly so.
Coach Payton had to get out of his own way, and that's what he did today. We saw a whole bunch of different new formations. A lot of protections. The offensive line really stepped it up today.
I wonder who talked to him though, because
I
we
don't
was
know.
talking about this the last couple of weeks. Like something needs to give, and this, and then all of a sudden.
Well, they spread the ball around. They threw a lot of screens to the running backs. Like the running backs, Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin didn't have great rushing games, but they did have a few. Javonte Williams had 4 catches for 29 yards. You know what I'm saying? He caught all 4 of his targets. But that's what they needed to do to get the defensive line running horizontal instead of being able to just beeline towards Nix. They were able to use their screen game today as an extension of their run game, which opened up their pass game. And Bo Nix was spread the ball around, man. Cortland Sutton got the most targets, 11. He caught 7 of them, 7 for 68 yards. So that's pretty good because Cortland, I think, only had like 1 catch in the last 2 games. So that's good. Little Jordan Humphrey showed up today, 8 targets, 6 catches, 31 yards. But most of those were like big catches, big possession catches. So don't sleep on the fact that it was only 6 for 37. Like, at least 3 of those catches were to move the chains for the Denver Broncos and a first down, and a critical first downs, especially on that last drive where they needed to put it at least 2 scores away. Humphrey was pretty much the direct person he was throwing to. Josh Reynolds had a bit of a slow day today, but he did catch the 2 that were thrown at him. He was targeted twice. He caught both of them. But he did spread the ball. Javonte Williams, Troutman, Franklin, Marvin Mims got a catch. McLaughlin got a catch. Nate Atkins got a catch. So out of his 36, and that's still too many passes, especially when you were winning most of the game. That's still too many passes, man. 36. Let's cut that down by 5 more passes, please. Coach, if we can, if you're listening, if you ever watch this show, let's cut it down by like about 5 more passes and let's run that rock. Or, I guess those 5 passes were probably those screen passes that I was talking about. Right. So maybe I should retract that statement. Those 5-6 passes were probably those screen passes that were helping as an extension of the run. But I'd like to see Tyler Batty get a little more carries, man. I really would.
I mean, that'd be wise. That'd be wise for them.
I mean, he had that 43-yard run, 9 rushes for 70. So really, he still only had about 30 yards on 7 carries. So I mean, that's still better than what Javonte had with the fumble that he almost cost the game for the Broncos on that fumble. And I got to give him credit because he had carried so many times, especially last year, and didn't fumble at all. So I'm trying to cut him some grace. I'm trying to give him some grace, man. But that's very frustrating that, he fumbled the ball, and that him and Jaleel have been the guys coming out of camp that are supposed to be the guys. They're supposed to be the 1-2 punch. And they didn't do bad today, but they didn't do good. I mean, they combined the 2 of them for 19 yards on 10 carries, the 2 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, part of that is they're not handing the ball off as much as they should be. But a part of that is because when they hand the ball off to them, they're not getting, I think they're averaging, like Javonte averaged 2.4, Jaleel averaged 1.4. Tyler Batty averaged 7.8. So let's see. Let's give Tyler Batty the rock next week, and let's see if he can, pick up where he left off this week. And let's see if that run game could, because I would like it to see it get down to about 29 to 31 passes from Bo Nix in a game and just completing about 25 to 27 of them. That's a good game. That's a good game for him. He could probably get some touchdown passes in there if they could just be able to lean on that run game and not have to throw those screens that they've been having to do.
During preseason and stuff, what I'm saying, they running game it's decent.
It was so good.
So I don't know. I can't.
As much as I want to give the offensive line kudos today for protecting Bo Nix, because Bo Nix wasn't sacked, he was only hurried twice. And I think he did have a couple of passes batted down at the line, so he needs to work on that. But for the most part, the kid played a solid game. he did look a little like instead of taking sacks or, throwing interceptions down the field, he threw the ball away a couple of times. He looked like the game was starting to slow down for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that was basically because the game plan was a lot more solid than the past 2 weeks. It seemed like Coach Payton was trying to, put a square peg in a round hole, and now he's got the round peg, and he's like, okay, we're going to build off of this. You can do this well. Let's build off of that.
Remember last week was talking about it's like he thought he had a bear back there. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a new kid.
It is a brand new kid, man.
Right,
he don't know the playbook like Drew. Like he's not Drew. He's not even like what's his name? Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
He's not even him. Like even Taysom Hill would know the playbook. Now this is where most people would be like, well, why doesn't he start Stidham? Stidham knows because Stidham doesn't have the tools, the wherewithal. Right. Yeah, he doesn't have like he knows the playbook, but can he actually execute it? Execute the X's and O's in the moment. And I obviously the coaches don't think so, and I believe them. I believe that he's not the guy, and Bo Nix is going to be the guy, and we're just going to have to live with the growing pains of Bo Nix playing the way he plays.
Got to.
And I'll take it. I'll take it as long as the coach gets out of his own way and allows this kid to grow and maturate naturally, and not try to force him to be Drew Brees in his first year. He's not going to be Drew. Drew Brees wasn't Drew Brees in his first year. Does everybody remember how Drew Brees played when he played in San Diego? Yep. He wasn't bad, but there was a reason why they traded him away. Right? Not for Ryan Leaf. Who am I trying to think of? I call him Huck Finn because he's so country. And he's got like 80 kids.
Who, Rivers?
Yeah. Phyllis Rivers.
Oh, man.
Boy. Anyway, I threw that out there. Yeah. Phyllis who? Anyway. But yeah, they basically traded Drew Brees away because they had Phillip Rivers coming in, and Phillip Rivers had all of the attributes that you would need for a quarterback, even though he still never won a championship for them. And Drew won what, 2? Or did he win 1?
He didn't. He took him to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he didn't take him to a Super Bowl. They never made the Super Bowl. He never made it to a Super Bowl.
Are you talking about? I thought you were talking about the Saints.
No.
You talking about
Drew, I'm talking about Rivers never took San Diego to a Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl.
Nowhere, yeah.
But they traded away Drew Brees to keep him. And then when Drew Brees finally did connect with Sean Payton, that's when the Drew Brees maturation actually began.
Yeah,
but Drew Brees wasn't Drew Brees in year 1.
No.
In any way, shape, or form. He wasn't Drew Brees the way we know him today. He was a mediocre, average quarterback at best, and then Sean Payton kind of crafted his game to fit the style of play and scheme, and Drew Brees was able to play in that scheme. Now, I think Bo Nix will still be able to play in that scheme eventually, but the coach was throwing too much. He was just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that something sticks. And it's like, no, craft your scheme around the talent you have. Do not try to fit your talent to your scheme. Unless you are drafting the perfect players, and you have your perfect quarterback, right? But you don't have the perfect wide receivers around him, right? You don't have the perfect running backs behind him. You do not have the perfect offensive line in front of him. So you need to, as the coach, craft your game plan to what the talent you do have, and not towards the talent, or try to craft the talent or make the talent fit into what you need them to be, because they're not there. They're just not there yet.
They're going to be all right.
And I agree.
They're going to be
after
all right.
Today, I agree. I actually have. Right. I'm holding out hope. Before we run out of time here, let's go through a couple of games that is playing right now. So Carolina and Las Vegas are tied. I'm kind of surprised at that, because Las Vegas should be killing Carolina.
I am not happy.
But hey, it's the end of the first quarter. It's 7-7. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. It looks like also Miami just scored a field goal. I do not have the score yet. And then Baltimore is up on Dallas 7-0. Dallas has the ball. And San Francisco is up 7-0 on the Los Angeles Rams. And that is still in the first quarter as well. And then, last but not least, the Detroit Lions are up on the Arizona Cardinals 7-0. Cardinals have the ball, and that is the beginning of about the mid of the first quarter as well. So that's just to give you guys a quick rundown of what teams are playing right now. I think tonight is Kansas City versus Atlanta. Looks like we got two games tonight. One on NBC, one on ESPN. So Jacksonville versus Buffalo. Buffalo should mollywop Jacksonville. So that's probably going to be a snoozer. And then tomorrow night you've got Washington at Cincinnati. Another snoozer unless Cincinnati pulls their head out of their backside and starts playing like we all think they should be playing right now. But I would say besides Baltimore, they're the best or second best 0-2 team going right now. All right, so with all of that said, I'd like to go to our segment called What Were You Thinking? And Larry, take it away.
Yes, sir. This edition of What Were You Thinking is going to go out to the National Basketball Association, what I refer to as no basketball attire, pretty much. They're the new city jerseys just came out. They've been revealed and very lackluster, so to speak. I don't know if you've seen them. I don't know.
Well, we were looking through them pre-show. We were looking through them, and I've seen a couple of them.
Right.
They're not all bad. I think Larry's over-exaggerating just a little bit. There's a couple of them that are pretty cool. I really like the Nuggets, and I know that sounds like a homer statement, but even when it pulled up, and it said the 5280, even this fool who's a Lakers fan was like, ooh, whose jersey is that? I was like, dude, that's the Nuggets. And he was like, oh.
Well, the thing
we might have converted Larry on a jersey.
No. No, the thing is, I'm really displeased. I mean, the only one besides the Nuggets.
Did you send the link to Vinny? Because it looks like he's looking for it.
You haven't found it? Find it, Vinny. Find it.
You're looking for City Edition.
Right.
City Edition, my guy. But I think they're pretty good, and I especially like the Nuggets. So if anybody wants to put me on their Christmas list and get me the Nuggets City Edition this year, I will not be mad at you. I do not like the fact that it's a white jersey. I'm not a big fan of the white jerseys. The only one that I did like was the Skyline City Edition about 4 years ago that they had. I did like those, but man, those sold out so quick. I don't think anybody besides the first 2,000 that they sold were able to get one, to be honest with you.
My question to you is, do you feel, because they've been doing this for like 10 years now, do you feel that this whole the City Edition thing has just came and went?
No.
Well, the thing is,
not at all.
Because you don't think they're going to eventually run out of ideas?
No.
Because
they've even switched up the cup. I don't know if you know this, but they've switched the floors for the NBA Cup this year too, and they switched up the Nuggets. I wasn't a bit well, and it's mainly because the Nuggets aren't the champions anymore. At least they weren't from last year. And the floor that they had last year as their Cup and City Edition had to do with championship because they were the champs. So this year it is going to be a little bit different. They have not released what the floors will look like yet, but it looks like Vinny's getting close. I do not believe those are it, sir.
No, I'm sorry, Vinny.
Those are from last year, my guy.
Yeah.
You need 2024. Because I have that jersey. I have that Jokic jersey, so. You're getting close. You're getting warmer, though, Vinny. Hey, guys. Vinny's working hard over here to get,
Always. Not just, always.
Just to show you guys what we're looking at. But I think they're okay. I don't think that they're bad. There are some that are really bad, like the Hornets doesn't look very good. The Mavs is basic. I do like Brooklyn if they want to get rid of that color around the lettering. I like theirs.
And the thing is, the Lakers. I don't like the Lake show.
See, that's the one I haven't seen. You're gonna have to show me that one because I haven't seen that one. City Edition NBA jerseys 2024. Let's see the fake show. Let's see that one.
Right there.
Does it say Lake Show?
Yeah.
Garbage.
Hey man, come on. I don't like it, but you don't get to say you don't.
Garbage. Okay, I'll say it in French. Garbage. No, just kidding.
It's horrible.
It is pretty bad, seeing as they haven't been the Lake Show in like 30 years. So I'm just, you know what? I'll give him the Lake Show when they were with Kobe, but Kobe wasn't very flashy when he played. They weren't, he was all about that hard work and beat you mentally, kind of like MJ. But I find that hilarious that, so what was your, there it is. Vinny found him. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So the Hawks, I like the Hawks, but that looks a little more like, like the Cleveland Cavaliers, like their original jersey. The Celtics is good. I'm digging the Celtics. I do like the Clips too. The Bulls, the only thing I would have done differently is put red around the lettering.
I like
Utah
San Antonio.
is just a throwback.
San Antonio is the only one.
Rip Cities is pretty good. Nolia's is. I do like DC though. That the district, that's pretty dope. I like that even with the red. H-Town is cool, but that Utah one, man, that's just a throwback jersey. That's not even like that. That's lazy, Utah. I don't know who designed that for you, but that's the John Stockton, Karl Malone era jerseys. That's all that is. That's not even like, that's just a throwback jersey. It's in the right-hand side there, Vinny. If you want to zoom in on it. Yeah, that guy right there. Now tell me that is not just a rendition of that old jersey from the early 90s, mid 90s. That is. Like it's just it looks a little different. It's a little different, but it's basically the same thing. Yes. And then with the Raptors too, that's just lazy. You're just going to put a Raptor on there and call it a day? That's lazy AF, man. The Magic, that's basic.
Yeah.
What's the one on the bottom? Heat Culture? Dumb. All red. That's just dumb. That's as dumb as Lake Show.
Come on, bro.
The Valley, Minnesota's is pretty dope. I gotta admit. That's actually pretty cool.
I mean,
I'm a little mad at that. New York's looks basic too, but I kind of like it with the New York. Oklahoma City just looks like they just took off city. It's their regular jersey, except for it's not orange.
Golden State is horrible.
San Antonio is okay. Cleveland's is garbage. The Bucks is garbage. So I get you. What were they thinking? There's a bit of laziness. So maybe you're right. After looking at all of them again, there was a little bit of laziness going on there.
It was a couple that caught the eye.
Yeah, I mean there are a few, but it's just like
it wasn't
nothing great. There's like nothing great. I did like the Nuggets one though. Like I said, I ain't gonna be mad at you if you want to send it to me. Send it to So High Cafe at 4300 West Alameda. If you want to, get your boy a jersey, Vinny will accept it, and then he'll probably keep it and not tell me it came in.
Everyone wears XL.
I don't wear XL. I need bigger than I'm a big boy. But I am losing weight, ladies and gentlemen. I am losing weight. So maybe just get me an XL. That way I have a motivation to get into that jersey, right? Because right now your boy's at about a 3X. That's okay, though. I'm working on it. All right, so what were you thinking, NBA, on not having a little more creativity to your jerseys? So that concludes that segment. We got a little bit more time here left. We got about 7 minutes, so I'm going to see if I can stump Lair Bear here. He hates it when I call him that, so I call him that as often as I can.
I don't even say it.
Just because I'm an a-hole.
I don't even say it.
He doesn't even acknowledge my presence when I call him Lair Bear.
I've been fighting him to stop that for years.
I'm a grown-ass man, dog.
He's like... He told me, he's like, I say, it's been years. I was like, look, man, you gotta.
It's about 5 years, about 5 years.
I said, you gotta stop this. He's like, no. He said, give it another 5.
It'll grow on you, my guy. It'll grow on you.
It is. That's why I just ignore you. I accepted it.
All right. So now we're going to play the game I love to play, and a game we like to call Can I Stump Larry? It's just a glorified Guess Who game. I'm going to give Larry 3 clues. He has 3 chances to guess what player I am talking about. This is an NBA player. This player played center and power forward. He is a 5-time rebound champion. Who am I?
Dennis Rodman?
Nope. Good guess though. That was a good guess. The Worm is he was the creme de la creme of rebounders now. Also the creme de la creme of defenders. Like that dude could shut down your best 2 through 5 and bury you. Anyway, I could talk about Rodman all day. All right, so this guy, he's a 5-time rebound champ. He played center and power forward. Now that's where you lost it because the Worm never played center, not even with small ball. He could guard the center, but he did not play the center position. Right. Okay, so center, power forward, 5-time rebound champion. He's an 8-time All-Star. He is an NBA champion. I'll give you that. And 5-time All-Defensive. Who am I?
He's an NBA champion. 5-time NBA All-Star?
He's an 8-time All-Star.
8-time All-Star.
1-time NBA champion, 5-time rebound champion, 5-time All-Defensive, and he played center and power forward. Who am I? What is all this noises? Ooh. Yeah.
That's that National Basketball Association. I'm trying to say.
This boy over here getting... Never mind. Let me shut up.
I would say... Because I'm thinking of the champion.
See, I finally give him the champion nod, and he still can't get it. So this is the proof right here.
I would... Jesus.
We need the music, because this boy takes forever when he... he doesn't feel rushed without the music. All right, we got 3 minutes.
Okay.
Give me a guess.
I don't know, LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't know.
That was a good guess. But not LaMarcus. So you got one more guess. So this is a center, power forward, 8-time All-Star, NBA champ, 5-time rebound champ, 5-time All-Defensive. He is also a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Who am I? Told you I was going 3-0 today.
All right, I got
okay. You guys would see the smoke coming out of his ears if he didn't have the headphones on. Like, I swear to God.
Dang. Okay, I got it. Dwight Howard.
Dang, that's who it is. That's who it is. Oh man, he got it. All right. Let's try to get in one more here. Ooh, that's a good one. You're not going to get this one.
Here I come.
You're not going to get this one.
That took every life.
Maybe not that one. Okay, let's see.
It took everything out. Like,
I know. I gave you too much time. We got to start putting a time limit on this.
Right.
You know what? I don't think we have enough time. Let's try to do a speed round.
I want to know.
Don't brag too hard, my guy. You had way too much time to think about it.
That hurt.
I know. I saw the vein pop out of your forehead. All right. So this player, while we have about 30 seconds here. This player plays point guard, and he's a Hall of Famer, 10-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA. Who am I?
Isaiah Thomas.
Nah. All right. He's out of Washington. Oh, you know what? I think I did this guy last week now that I think about it. So you might get this guy anyway. He was an MVP and 2-time Steel champion. I think I did do this guy last week. And you didn't get him, so let's see if you can get him today.
Oh, Magic Johnson?
Nope. Nope. He's an assist champion. John Stockton.
Damn, I was going to say that before you asked the question.
The only reason why I remember I did it last week is because Vinny was like, that's the only white guy I know. Or not white guy. That's the only...
I actually know the guy. That's the problem.
Yeah. He said that was the only basketball player he knows off the top of his head. So...
Top of my head. I actually know the guy. He's from Spokane, Washington.
He is from Spokane. And I remember that conversation, so I'm pretty sure that I did him last week. I will not make that mistake again, even though you still didn't get it again. But that's going to do it for us.
You should do it next time, too.
I'm going to try to sneak him in there again to see if I can.
Ask it a different way.
I sure will.
Believe me, I'll get it wrong.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us today on behalf of our whole Sportz Phenz squad. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to come by So High Cafe featuring Viper Pit Barbecue. Follow him on IG, on Facebook for So High Cafe. Come on down, 4300 West Alameda. Get you some barbecue. Tell them the Sportz Phenz sent you. We will see you next week. Same time, 2 p.m., same channel. Peace.
Peace.